Joining us now on Encounter, we have a very special guest, the former U.S. Ambassador to the Vatican, former Mayor of Boston, Ray Flynn. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me, Kevin. It's great to be with you.
Now, today we're going to be talking about something that people might not know that you're involved in, and it's about stem cells, particularly adult stem cells. And maybe if you could take us back a little bit and talk about how you got involved with this. I know that your grandson has some type of neurological disease, and is that what sort of propelled you into this direction?
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. He was born, Braden was born with a rare, undiagnosed neurological disease. And he has loving, wonderful parents. And I'd helped the family out as much as I possibly could, and taken him to therapy, to various rehabilitation hospitals. And more it became clear to me that there was no answer to his problems, like many kids, and that I would talk to their parents, wonderful parents, dedicated parents, but no solution, no answer. So I've been doing a lot of readings, research, searching out for a solution to his dilemma. He can't walk. When he walks, he falls, and when he can't talk all that well. And there's kids with even more difficult, complex problems, medical problems. So I found out that there was no real strong voice for these kids, these children, and we took them to all the top medical places in the world, in the country, including the National Institute of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. He stayed there for a week, still undiagnosed rare disease. But then I read, and I found out that the Vatican was doing a lot of research, and they were really providing great leadership on the issue. And then I found a fellow scientist, Kristen Drapeau from StemTech, and he was doing a lot of work on adult stem cell, to be contrasted now with embryonic stem cell, but this is adult stem cell. This is a nutritional supplement. It's not a medical solution to the problem.
Yeah.
And I found the Vatican was hosting an world international conference, and all the top scientists and medical doctors in the world were going to the Vatican. So the Pope invited me, and I was able to have a front row seat to this whole thing, talk to the Pope, talk to all the leading scientists in the world, and I said, my God, there's incredible potential here with adult stem cell. So that's what I've been doing, is, doing research, working on it, but also speaking out on it as much as possible. And Kevin, just last month, I went to the canonization of my friend John Paul II, and I met the head of the Adult Stem Cell Pontifical Council at the Vatican World Church, and he's from Poland, and he had a fascinating conversation with scientist Kristen Drapeau, and I said to myself, the church is really in the leadership forefront of this, and science is working hard on it. Maybe there's some hope for children like Braden.
Yeah, yeah. And just to let people clarify, there was the controversy with embryonic stem cell research, but this is totally different.
Totally different, yeah. This is not the untaking of innocent human life. Yeah. This is the stem cells that we have in our own body that regenerate. I'm an athlete, so I know all about injuries through sports. Yeah. But like Peyton Manning had an injury, they said it was career finishing. Well, he had a certain procedure done. He goes out and throws, 8 touchdown passes one Sunday afternoon last fall. So this has great potential, this nutrition that has potential for regenerating distressed parts of your body, your elbow, your neck, I don't know whether it will happen with the brain, like Braden and people like him, the neurological problem. But the potential is there, and what my theory is, Kevin, when God and medicine work together, nothing is impossible.
Yeah, yeah. And for people too, how do they find out more about this too? I know, it was pretty big in the news, a few years ago, and it's kind of sort of faded back a little bit.
It really has. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it has, and I don't think the medical community is focused on it too much, but the scientific community is focused on it, and it's not at the stage where it's going to get headlines, but the Vatican, to its credit, has some of its top people working on it, and science has some of the top people working on it, And I take the nutritional supplement myself, and I'm able to lead a strong, productive, vibrant life. I think you're going to see more of this as the years go by, that this is a possible hope for children like Braden in this dietary supplement, this nutritional supplement.
Yeah, and so much more in terms of potential too. With I know they've been doing research for a number of years now on adult stem cell research for many types of different diseases as well.
You're absolutely right. It's definitely going to find, it has great hope and potential in certain problems that people have, bodily problems. Already they're talking about Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, they're talking about the stress parts of your body. But whether or not it will affect, help people like Braden, that remains to be seen. But you know, all you can do is do the best you can, pray, which we all do. We have a wonderful, supportive family. There are a lot of families, there are a lot of mothers and fathers out there looking for hope, looking for solution. It's certainly going to bring them closer to God, and we get the combination of God and great science. Anything's possible.
And the Vatican will continue hosting research on this as well.
Just last month I was there, and we had a long, extended conversation with the head of the whole Pontifical Council on Culture and Science. And he was so delighted to talk with us and know that we're on top of this and that people in the United States are on top of this. And what we need to do is reach the media, reach the communications to let people know that there is potential, there is hope out there.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being here,
Great
Ambassador.
To be with you, Kevin. Thank you.
I know you're doing a lot of other things too. You're doing some writing now. You have a screenplay that's out there too?
Screenplay for all those many millions of people watching this program. I got a screenplay based on the #1 best-selling book, The Accidental Pope. It's going to be a great screenplay. Get in touch with me.
Find out about it. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kevin.